The Rosetta Stone, its Greek writing is on Alexander the Great, the giver of life. This is found in the British Museum, by the way. The original text and its modern Greek rendering. The Rosetta Stone is a stone slab of granodiorite, often mistaken for basalt or granite, from the temple of Ptolemy V Epiphanes. We know that after Alexander the Great, around 330 BC, the then known world was conquered by him, and it was divided into four parts. The part concerning Egypt was taken by one of his generals, Ptolemy. Now, it dates to the 2nd century BC, bearing an inscription in two languages, Egyptian and Greek, and three writing systems, hieroglyphics, vernacular Egyptian, and Greek. The Greek part of the column begins as follows, and as you can see here, it's right under that vernacular Egyptian. The Greek part begins as follows: reigning the young man and receiving the kingdom instead of the father. Its name comes from the city of Rakid, which became Rosetta, in Lower Egypt, in the northwestern part of the Nile Delta. Further north of the city, around Fort Julien, the French officer serving in Napoleon's army, Pierre-François Xavier Bouchard, discovered the Rosetta Stone quite by accident. Thank goodness he did. That's how we began to decipher ancient hieroglyphs. So he discovered it by accident in 1799. But he was stunned when he understood its value, as until then no one had succeeded in deciphering the Egyptian hieroglyphs. The discovery of the bilingual column proved to be of fundamental importance. The great French scholar Jean-François Champollion, 1790 to 1832, one of the most distinguished linguists of times, managed, based on the names of the pharaohs mentioned in the stele, in the column, to find the key to decipher the Egyptian hieroglyphs. This invaluable discovery was decisive for the development of the science of Egyptology. The system that Champollion used to decipher the text of the column, which is now kept in the British Museum in London, is an important guide for those interested in the study of ancient writing systems. The above is from the Greek Wikipedia, because in the Greek Wikipedia it only mentions that the Greek part of the column begins as follows: reigning the young and receiving the kingdom instead of the father, for favorable reasons. And the full text says, King of the new and receiver of the kingdom through his father, Lord of kingdoms, majestic Egypt, and their religion, gods, pious opponents, superior to the life of people, resurrecting Lord of the 33rd years, Hephaestus, the great king, Kahather the sun, great kings of the above and lower lands, descent of the gods of Philopatho, the Hephaestus Edokimason, as the sun gives victory, the life image of Zeus, Dios, his son, and of Ptolemy. The century of the 5th year of the holy eagle of Alexander, and of the gods of the saviors, and of the gods of the brothers, and of the gods of the beneficiaries, and of the philosophers of the gods, and of the 5th of God, the blessed athlete of Berenicus, Eugetitus, Pyrrhus of Philino, Caniforu, various other names there, of the month of Xandic Egyptian de Mekir 8 and 10th resolution, the priests and the prophets and the invisible traders to the ornaments of the 7 gods, and the winged and the other priests all, the respondents of the Holy Land in Memphis, the king to the ceremony of the omission. The kingdom of Ptolemy Aeonovius, master of the father of the century, was taken through his father, this father. The saints assembled in Memphis the same day, said because King Ptolemaeus, beloved under the 5th god of Epiphanes, thanksgiving to King Ptolemaeus and Queen Arsinois, gods Philopathor, and the same for many benefits the saints and to those in the same being, and those who rule under himself, existing God from God and Goddess in every hour, the son of Isius and Osiris, the defender of the country, and of them beneficiary contents of the one assigned to the holy silver and Sitica income, and expend a lot. Egypt was dedicated to him in Judean again, and the sanctuary is become by their own power, have been philanted, and by the existing in Egypt income and taxes, they are left in the end otherwise like the people and everyone else, responsible for themselves, O kingdom, those royal obligations, especially the Egyptians and the other kingdoms of this being, are many of them, and they are left in their prisons, having dismissed those who had been represented for a long time. He also added to them the annuities of the saints, and they were given to them in the same pensions, you and Argyris, as well as your duties. Blessed the gods from the garden earth and the paradise, and the others of the existing gods on his father. They remain in additional country and about the priests, as they may now give to the final first year on his father. Oh, there's a lot here, really. It makes really no sense. Let me go back, let me go a little bit further down. On Egypt against the sea, and on the continent, silver spends, and like the gods and other people are always safe. And in the cities of wolves, there are Busiarites is occupied, fortified, a lot of details as you can see. Fields owned from many places, fortified the mouths of the rivers, giving them a lot of money in getting horse and people towards the prison. In these little times, it was over the kingdom of Helen, and those who were the kingdom of Greece, and those who were in it always destroyed the son of Isis and Osiris, having them in these Egyptian saints per month, and participate in these sacrifices and spondes and feasts and the other things which are considered in these other celebrations, the things that happen forth. So every month they had celebrations for various Egyptian gods, as you can see. And I'm going towards the end because it's a very long translation. Now they, by the will of the 5 days on which to wear wreaths and make sacrifices and vessels and to other duties, and of the enormous and benevolent near in the other names of the gods that they worship and register their donations and perform priesthood, and the individuals celebrate, establish the temple which they preached, and convey every year to know it. For the inhabitants of Egypt, they wish and honor God, the excellent and beneficial King, as it is lawful. Stone in the sanctuary and with locations in Greek letters, and to be established in each sanctuary of those, the first and second classes. So in other words, they were to put various stone directions, I would say, when the feasts were to be made in the various sanctuaries. It was also to be included in the Greek language, because as we know, after Alexander the Great conquered Egypt, the whole language of that whole Mediterranean area was Greek. And let's keep in mind the charge for Jesus Christ that was hung on his cross was in 3 languages. It was in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek, because Greek was still the official language of that area. Please leave your comments about this, and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.